What's up, you guys? Steve here with your stimulus and news update, and in today's video I'm going to get you caught up on the latest regarding stimulus as of today, February the 8th. Now, we're hearing a lot's unfolding in Congress right now, as in the House of Representatives, they're working away on the official text for the next stimulus bill, and they're saying they're going to go ahead and pass this without Republican support through reconciliation as long as they can stay unified. But what we're hearing is they're having a little trouble doing that, as they're having disagreements specifically on the next round of stimulus checks and income eligibility requirements as to who should get these checks. So I've got articles that are rolling out today I'm going to be sharing with you, and we have some video footage from White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki. Now, in addition to that, we heard they're also going to be unveiling a new provision that's going to provide families with an additional $3,000 tax credit. So I'm going to get you caught up on that. But while that's happening, simultaneously in the Senate, we're hearing that they're preparing for the impeachment trial of former President Donald Trump, and that's going to be taking place tomorrow. So I'm going to let you know what they're saying about that as well. So we're going to dive right in. I'm going to get you caught up on the latest as of today. But before we do, if you can do me a quick favor, it'll just take a second. If you like and appreciate these video updates, take a second to just smash the like button. I would appreciate it. It helps out the channel. Like button, leaving comments, and sharing these videos to anybody that you think might need to see them. It helps out the channel. Thank you so much. And also, if you're not already a part of the RAM fam, the viewing community, and you would like to stay up to date on everything rolling out, take a second to smash the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so that way as soon as I upload videos, you can get notified right away. And be sure to do it right away, because we're about to hit 100,000 subscribers. And when we do, I'm going to be giving away $1,000 to celebrate and to say thank you to my viewing community. I'm going to give 4 random viewers $250. All you got to do is be a subscriber, maybe follow me on Instagram, and maybe follow my wife on Instagram too, at modestmom of 2. So like, subscribe, and follow me on Instagram at SteveRam3. I do my best to respond to as many questions here on YouTube as I can, but I don't get to them all, so Instagram is also a great way to reach me as well. Oh, and real quick before we dive in, just wanted to shout out a viewer, AB Apparel. Thank you so much for sending me this mask and this free sweatshirt, and they didn't ask for anything in return, not even a shout out. They just said they wanted to bless me with this because apparently he lost his job after being there for decades and it's permanently gone, so he decided to launch his own clothing business. And he said that throughout this time the videos have been a blessing, and he just wanted to say thank you by sending this. So I wanted to say thank you. I'm so glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear the videos are a blessing. Thank you so much for this, and I pray the Lord blesses your new venture and your new business, and we're all going to get through this together. So hang in there. I believe that we're going to make it through. And also be sure to check out AB Apparel. I think he's on Facebook and Instagram. I know he's a viewer here on YouTube as well. So thank you so much. But now let's go ahead and dive into the stimulus update. So as I mentioned, right now Democrats are working on the official bill for the next stimulus package. However, they're divided on who should be getting the next stimulus check. And we actually saw Bernie Sanders tweet on this over the weekend, and he said, unbelievable that there are some Democrats who want to lower the income eligibility requirements for the next stimulus checks. And then we saw AOC respond to that, and she said it would be outrageous if we ran on giving more relief and then ended up doing the complete opposite. It's sad that there's even an argument in the Democratic Party. Pandemic relief is disaster relief, and it's urgent. Our first act out of the gate should be big, bold, and strong, not weaker and smaller. And then today we saw this article come out that says Democratic lawmakers splintered over criteria for $1,400 stimulus payments as Biden relief bill advances. And the article says that Democratic lawmakers are increasingly divided over the criteria for the next round of stimulus payments, splintering the caucus even as they aim to quickly pass Biden's $1.9 trillion relief package. Now, the majority of Democrats agree on the amount of being $1,400 for the next stimulus check. However, there are a couple, like AOC, who think that it should be more. But the big disagreement is on the income eligibility requirement, as some want to lower it so that way these checks can be more targeted. And that is where the disagreement lies. Now, today we actually heard there's a discussion right now about what the threshold should look like from White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki, and she said it's still being negotiated at this point. Now let's take a look at the video footage of this, what she actually had to say today. Let's go ahead and take a look.
And then also the other thing that came up this weekend is looking at tweaking the level of who gets the stimulus checks. And Janet Yellen mentioned 60,000. Can you explain who gets left out, right? You know, if you get the 60, if you know, who is between the 60,000 and the 75,000?
Sure. Well, one of the pieces that the president has talked about is his openness to engaging and having a discussion about what is called, kind of the unofficially called, I guess, the scale up, right? So his proposal, as you know, had proposed $1,400 checks to make the $2,000 whole. He had proposed kind of a threshold. There's a discussion right now about what that threshold will look like. A conclusion hasn't been finalized. That will be worked through Congress. But either way, his bottom line is that families making $275,000, $300,000 a year may not be the most in need of checks at this point in time. But whatever the threshold is, there will be a scale up. So his view is that a nurse, a teacher, a firefighter who's making $60,000 shouldn't be left without any support or relief either. It's just a question of sort of where the scale up looks like, what it looks like in a final package. But it's still being negotiated at this point in time.
So there you guys have it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. As she said, negotiations for the income eligibility is still underway. Now, simultaneously, we're hearing that a new provision is going to be rolling out. Link in the description below to this article if you'd like to check it out for yourself. And it says, Democrats to unveil $3,000 child benefit as part of Biden's relief package. And it says House Democratic leaders will unveil new legislation Monday, today, that would give millions of families at least $3,000 per child, advancing a key provision in President Joe Biden's $1.9 trillion relief package. And it says the legislation would provide $3,600 per child under the age of 6 and $3,000 per child ages 6 through 17 for a full year. Now, the full benefit is going to be available to single parents who make $75,000 a year or less, or couples that make $150,000 a year or less. And payments would phase out after those thresholds. Now, families can receive the child tax credit payments on a monthly basis, which advocates say would make it easier to pay their obligations compared to getting a lump sum at tax time. Now, what we're hearing is that if this particular legislation is passed, it's going to be starting in July and going out a full year. And they're saying that this is quite a bit more generous than what we currently have, as the current one is $2,000 for children under the age of 17. And they're saying that for 2020, some 90% of families with children will receive an average tax credit of $2,380. So they're thinking that this new one is going to bump that up quite a bit, and we're likely going to be seeing the text for this, they're saying, today. Now, while the House is working on the stimulus, simultaneously, the Senate is working on the impeachment trial of former President Donald Trump, which is going to be starting tomorrow. So, link in the description below to this article that just came out that says Trump's lawyers deny incitement and urge senators to dismiss the case. And it says Donald J. Trump's lawyers on Monday denounced the impeachment case against him as partisan political theater, arguing on the eve of the Senate's trial that he bore no responsibility for the deadly assault on the Capitol and that trying a former president at all was unconstitutional. Now, the lawyers asserted that Mr. Trump's speech before the attack did not direct anyone to commit unlawful actions, and that he deserves no blame for the conduct of a small group of criminals who rioted at the Capitol on January 6th after he urged them to fight against his election loss. They also insisted that the Senate lacks jurisdiction to try him at all because he was now a private citizen, calling such an effort patently ridiculous. So this is going to be starting in the Senate tomorrow, and I'll be sure to keep you guys up to date on whatever unfolds here. But what we're hearing is it sounds like a lot of people think that this isn't going to go anywhere, and they're hoping that this is going to be over quickly so that way Congress can once again turn their attention back to the stimulus. So whatever unfolds though, I'll be sure to let you guys know. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And once again, you guys, if you made it this far and you haven't already, take a second to just smash the like button. I would appreciate it. It helps out the channel. And also, if you're not already a part of the Ram fam, be sure to smash the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so that way as soon as I upload, you can get notified. And be sure to follow me on Instagram as well at SteveRam3. Well, you guys, I hope this reaches you well. Take care. God bless. Have a blessed day. This is Steve.